It's been comedy gold, this ongoing grudge match between Daily Show host Jon Stewart and CNBC host Jim Cramer. But there are now some serious questions from serious people about the Mad Money host and the role that he might have played in the market downfall. CNN's Jim Acosta is live in Washington with more on this. Good morning, Jim.
Good morning, Karen. You know, Jim Cramer is an expert for a reason. He once made a fortune running a successful hedge fund. He went on to host his own TV show, Mad Money, that offers stock tips to investors like you and me. But as Cramer has found out recently, a lot of Americans are mad at him. One former congressman believes Cramer may have crossed a line.
No, I don't want to stick my neck out anymore because it seems to get chopped off every single night around 11:30.
The war of words has gotten personal. In one corner, CNBC's Mad Money host Jim Cramer.
A comedian's attacking me. Wow.
He
runs a variety show.
In the other corner, The Daily Show's Jon Stewart.
And variety show? What? You make it sound like I'm some kind of buffoon.
Who spent the last week lampooning Cramer's bad stock calls.
It's a fun game, and it's a lucrative game.
But this video, made in 2006, has suddenly gone viral, and it's no joke.
Go in and take a bunch of stocks and make sure that they're higher, and maybe commit $5 million in capital to do it, and I could affect it.
Cramer explains to his own financial website, TheStreet.com, how he could influence stock prices up and down as the manager of a massive hedge fund.
By the way, no one else in the world would ever admit that, but I can care.
That's right, and you can say that here.
I can't. I'm not going to say it on TV.
Largely unregulated, hedge funds were attractive to wealthy investors, and at their peak may have controlled more than $2 trillion in assets.
Well, I think he's become a poster child for why hedge funds need more regulation and transparency.
Tom Davis, a former top Republican on the House committee that investigated hedge funds last fall, says Cramer's comments in the video showed the need for reform in the markets.
Now, is any of this illegal?
It wasn't, but it should be. He may well have crossed the line. I think that's something somebody ought to be looking at. I think the tragedy is, over the last few years, nobody's been looking at this at all.
Cramer issued this statement to CNN. No one knows and respects the securities laws more than I do. I didn't go to Harvard Law School for nothing. When I was a hedge fund trader in the 1990s, I played fair, and I did nothing that violated those laws. The Mad Money host will have a chance to explain himself in a scheduled showdown with Stewart tonight.
The annoying guy with the money show. I don't know. He'll be here tomorrow in this studio.
And by tomorrow, Jon Stewart means tonight, so tune in. A spokesman for CNBC declined to comment on that web video, noting that it first became public in 2007. Cramer does have his legions of fans who say tips from the Mad Money host have boosted their portfolios. But over the years, Cramer concedes he has made some bad calls. Kieran.
Yeah, and as our business unit points out as well, I mean, when that's what you do, when you make these types of calls, you know, you make 100 calls, 60 of them can be right, 40 of them can be wrong. I mean, that's what, unfortunately, this is about.
That's right, and that's why they have the disclaimer on the show that says, you know, the opinions expressed by this host are not those of CNBC, and that, you know, stocks are not a sure thing. But the big question about all of this is, when you listen to Jim Cramer in this video, is this whole issue that people are talking about with respect to the markets. You know, has Wall Street become a casino? And the concern is that you don't want the casino to be fixed. You don't want the deck stacked against you as an investor, Kieran.
Of course not. All right, Jim Acosta for us this morning from Washington. Thanks.
You bet.